10 shocking facts about Hitler you never learned in history class. Don't forget to like, subscribe Epic History Facts channel, and click the bell icon so you won't miss any of our upcoming episodes. Let's dive into Adolf Hitler's oddities together in today's episode. 1. Hitler's artistic aspirations. Before rising to infamy, Adolf Hitler aspired to be an artist. He moved to Vienna in 1907 to attend the Academy of Fine Arts, but was rejected twice, profoundly impacting his early years. His paintings, mainly landscapes and architectures, suggest a conventional style, but lack the artistic flair that might have led to professional success. This rejection from the art world possibly redirected his path towards politics. Hitler continued to sketch and paint throughout his life, even conducting architectural drawings and city plans during his political career, revealing a persistent, albeit unfulfilled passion for the arts. 2. Vegetarian and non-smoker. By the late 1930s, Hitler had adopted a vegetarian diet, abstaining from meat for health and possibly ethical reasons, as suggested by some of his biographers. He was also known to be a non-smoker and promoted anti-smoking campaigns throughout the Third Reich, considering smoking a risk to the health of the Aryan race. This personal stance on health and diet contrasts starkly with the genocidal policies he implemented during his regime. 3. Nobel Peace Prize nomination. In one of history's stark ironies, Hitler was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize in 1939 by a member of the Swedish parliament, E.G.C. Brandt. The nomination was intended as a satirical critique of the international community's failure to confront fascism early on. The nomination was swiftly withdrawn, and the incident has been cited as an example of the complexities and controversies surrounding the Nobel Peace Prize. 4. Personal fear of cats. Hitler is reported to have had phobia, a fear of cats. This phobia is a persistent, irrational fear of cats which can cause anxiety and avoidance behaviors in those affected. While it might seem like a minor detail in the life of such a historically significant figure, this phobia contributes to the complex psychological profile of Hitler, contrasting with his public persona of unwavering authority and control. Despite his fear of cats, Hitler is well known for his affinity towards dogs, particularly German Shepherds. His most famous dog, Blondie, was a constant companion during the latter years of his life, including his final days in the bunker. This preference for dogs over cats might be reflective of his desire for control and loyalty, traits more commonly associated with dogs, especially well-trained ones, than the more independent nature of cats. Psychologically, phobias like ailurophobia can stem from a variety of sources, including childhood experiences or traumatic events. But the specific origin of Hitler's fear is not well documented. It adds an idiosyncratic layer to his personality, showing that even figures who wield immense power can have personal quirks and fears that seem at odds with their public images. The juxtaposition of Hitler's fear of cats with his known brutality and the systematic ruthlessness of his regime may serve as a reminder of the complex and often contradictory nature of human psychology. It's a small personal detail that provides a glimpse into the private fears that lurk behind a very public facade. 5. Fondness for Disney cartoons. Adolf Hitler was reportedly a fan of Disney movies, owning a copy of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which he considered a masterpiece of animation. He also admired the animations of Mickey Mouse, viewing them as examples of effective and simple communication, a principle he valued highly in his propaganda efforts. 6. Obsession with the occult. Hitler had a well-documented interest in the occult, which influenced some of the Nazi Party's ideologies and symbols. The swastika, for example, was adopted partly because of its roots in ancient Indo-European traditions and its associations with mystical power. Hitler's regime also pursued artifacts like the Holy Lance and the Ark of the Covenant, believing they would confer supernatural powers that could help them win the war. 7. Strict daily routine. Hitler maintained a strict daily routine that included late mornings in bed, followed by a late breakfast. His workday often extended into the early hours of the morning, reflecting his preference for working at night. This routine was maintained meticulously and included time for walks in the mountains and regular movie screenings. 8. Drug use. During World War II, Hitler regularly used methamphetamine, prescribed by his personal physician, Dr. Theodor Morell. These drugs were intended to treat a variety of ailments, but ultimately affected his health and decision-making processes. The use of such substances by Hitler and other high-ranking Nazi officials has been documented and suggests a regime often under the influence of powerful drugs. 9. Evasion of assassination attempts. Throughout his time in power, Hitler survived numerous assassination attempts, the most famous being the July 20th plot in 1944, led by Klaus von Stauffenberg. This resistance to multiple assassination plots contributed to the mythos of his invincibility among his supporters, reinforcing his dictatorial grip on power. 10. Death and conspiracy theories. Officially, Hitler died by suicide in his bunker in April 1945. However, his death has spawned numerous conspiracy theories that he survived the war and escaped. These theories have been fueled by the initial confusion surrounding the circumstances of his death and the fact that his remains were not publicly displayed. Most historians, however, dismiss these theories and accept the suicide conclusion based on overwhelming evidence. As we've explored these 10 surprising facts about Adolf Hitler, it's clear that the man behind the monstrous deeds of World War II was a complex and contradictory figure. From his rejected art aspirations and bizarre dietary habits, to his ironic nomination for a Nobel Peace Prize and his fascination with the occult, Hitler's life was filled with paradoxes. His fear of cats, obsession with Disney cartoons, and reliance on drugs add layers to his personality that go beyond the typical narrative of a dictator. Even his ability to evade numerous assassination attempts and the lingering conspiracy theories about his death contribute to the enigmatic legacy he left behind. These facts do not soften the horrific impact of his actions, but instead highlight the peculiarities that made him both human and horrifyingly unique. Understanding these facets helps us to appreciate the complexities of historical figures and reminds us of the profound effects that individual personalities can have on the course of history. Thank you for watching, and if you found these insights intriguing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more videos that explore the untold stories of history. Stay curious and keep questioning what you know.